Well, what is up, ladies and gents? So I thought I would address an interesting video today, talking about something that needs to be talked about. So there's something that a lot of parents need to think about. You know, especially people like Chris and Sarah Ingham, for example, who are putting their kids out there online, you know, every single day, 6-7 days a week. You know, they need to stop. People like them need to sort of stop and think about who might be watching their vlogs, like who might be watching their videos every day, you know, and why they might be watching them. You know, I know that they need to, there could be a lot of creepy individuals watching videos of their kids, you know, every single day. There could be a lot of creeps and child predators watching videos of their kids every day. I mean, I know it's a scary thing for any parent to think about, but it's something they do need to think about. You know, the problem with people like Chris and Sarah is it just doesn't feel like they really care about the sort of dangers that they're exposing their kids to every day. It feels like they don't care about, you know, the sort of you know, they don't. It's like, well, that's one of those things that they've never really cared about. You know, I mean, let's think about it from another direction. Look at it from another, you know, point. You know, they get 20,000 plus people. They have 20,000 plus people watching their vlogs per day. You know, they don't just have a few hundred people watching. You know, the videos that they're watching their vlogs every day. They have 20,000 plus people per day watching their vlogs, watching their kids every single day. I honestly don't get how that fact alone doesn't freak the hell out, or doesn't freak them out, because it creeps me out, and it freaks me out just thinking about it. Like, it just... It baffles me sometimes, you know, how something like that kind of fool doesn't keep them out, you know. I mean, I honestly don't get how they can even sleep at night, knowing that their kids are out there online for the whole world to see. You know, it's like any one of those 20,000 plus people that are watching their vlogs every day could in fact be, you know, need I say, a child predator or a paedophile, you know. And I know that, you know, that's a scary thing to think about, and obviously, you know, the thought, you know, if I was putting, that's one of those things that would put me off of putting my kids out there online every day, is the thought that there could be, you know, is that thought that, you know, that there could be, you know, all sorts of creepy individuals watching, you know, my kids every day. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. And I honestly don't get how people like Chris and Sarah are so comfortable with, you know, 20,000 plus complete random strangers watching their kids every day. Like, that, as I said, that, if I knew, you know, it would freak me out if I knew that, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that many people watching, you know, watching my kids every day. Like, it would creep me out, to be honest. Because as I said, I think, you know, there's probably, I mean, I'm not going to say that there is a paedophile or child predator watching their videos every day, but there is a good chance that there probably is a paedophile or a child predator out there somewhere watching their kids every day. You know, I don't think that can ever really be ruled out. I mean, Chris and Sarah, I'm going to say, well, we know there's no creeps and there's no child predators or paedophiles watching our kids every day. But it's not that they can't actually say that they know that, because they don't know that for definite. You know, this is the problem, is that they can't really retaliate and say, well, we know there's no creeps and child predators watching videos of our kids every day, because they just don't know that. You know, they don't know for sure. They don't know for sure that there isn't, you know, somebody with dodgy intentions watching, you know, like a creep or a child predator watching their kids every day. You know, because there very well could be. I'd say it's probably there's probably at least a 75 to 90% chance that it could be a child predator, or a paedophile watching it kids every day. It's not, it's not something you can never rule out. And I guess the same argument can be made for, and be the same thing can be said for a lot of other parents who are putting their kids out there, but I'm more focusing on the parents who put their kids out there online every single day. So people like the Honey Jolies, like Jonathan Jolie, for example, the Ianums, because they're people who put their kids out there online every single day. Family Fears don't really put their kids out there online every single day, Same with I guess the Sullivans, you don't always see, I wouldn't say that the kids appear in the vlogs every day, because they do tend to upload some vlogs where the kids don't appear in them, so, I would say that, I would even say that even the Sullivan kids aren't in the vlogs every single day. Same with the Radfords, even their kids are not, even they don't film it, put a vlog out every single day, which is something at least, but it would freak me out. This is why I go after the Inhams, because they're one of very few. I know that they're not the only family vloggers who put their kids out there, who do put their kids out there online, but they're one of the very few family vloggers I know of that are actually putting their kids out there, that are actually putting their kids out there online 6 or 7 days a week. I don't know of many other family vloggers who are actually putting their kids out there online that much. It's like, it's a crazy thing to think about, and as I just said, and as I said before, I don't get how they sleep at night, knowing that their kids are out there for the whole world to see. It's like, it's just crazy, and that's obviously not something they ever seem to care about, It's just madness. Absolute madness. Like, I really don't know what else to say, because I don't know what else I'm supposed to say on this, to be honest with you. I'm at a loss for words. But this is something that, I've really kind of been thinking about over the past, few days. It's something that's really kind of been, playing on my mind, and I think it's one of those, reasons why I'm so against, what these family vloggers do, because it seems like none of these family vloggers who put their kids out there on the internet are really kind of stopping to think about the sort of dangers that they could be exposing their kids to. You look at people like Chris and Sarah, they're perfectly happy to pimp their daughters out for all those paedophiles out there on the internet. That's all they ever do. It's pimp that's all they've ever done, is pimp their daughters out, time and time again. And unfortunately, if they're still vlogging by this point, in years to come, it will be Aurora and Mila who will be being pimped out for all those pedos on the internet. Although I don't think they'll be vlogging by that point. I think they'll be, hopefully they'll be long gone by then. And I think they will, and I think there's a good chance they will be long gone by then. I can't see them vlogging, still vlogging by the time Mila's, by the time Mila and Aurora are sort of going into their teen years, if you know what I mean. I don't think they'll still be vlogging then. I reckon they'll only be vlogging now for at least another 2 or 3 years. I can't see them lasting more than 5 years at this point. It would be a miracle if that happened. But I just think that they need to really, as I said, this is something that a lot of parents really need to think about, because none of them really ever think about it, and I think this is the major problem. It's the fact that none of them are really thinking about things like this. None of them are really taking things like that into consideration, and it's, and I know, as I said, I know it's a scary thing for parents to think about, and it's not something that they want to think about. It's not something that any parent likes to think about, but it is something they should think about. It is something that they need to bear in mind. It is something that they need to really stop and, you know, think so hard about. Like, it's just a thing, you know. It's not so much that they're exploiting their kids, it's more about the dangers that they are exposing their kids to by putting them out there online every single day. I mean, I don't know of any other kids that have filmed as much as the internet kids are. Like, I honestly don't. You know, I do feel bad for Esme. You know, I know I was very critical of Esme in yesterday's in the video I put out yesterday. I did say that I thought Esme was a bit of a brat, and unfortunately she is, but I know that's not really her fault. That's down to, you know, Chris and Sarah, because they kind of brought their kids up to always expect expensive things for their birthdays and Christmas and all that. But I do feel sorry for them when you think about the way that they've not only been, you know, sort of been exploited, but the way, when you think about the way that their parents have, you know, basically pimped them out, and have been pimping them out for all these, you know, these child predators and paedophiles on the internet, you know, filming them in their swimwear, you know, using thumbnails of them in their swimwear. You know, it's just disgusting to think about, and that's what's going to be happening in years to come with Mila and Aurora. They'll be you know, if they're still, as I said, if they're still vlogging by that point, they'll be filming Mila and Aurora in their bikinis and God knows what, and using thumbnails of them in their swimwear as well. You know, that's what they've got to look forward to. It's basically being pimped out by Mummy, being pimped out by Mummy Enabler and Daddy Pervert for all those pedos on the internet. It's a sad thing to think about, but, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, and I just think to myself, like, you know, it's just scary, you know, that it's like, how can they sleep at night knowing that kids are out there for the whole world to see? Like, you know, even the thought of that makes, you know, scares me. You know, it scares me enough just thinking about it, you know, knowing that there are so many random people they don't even know watching their kids every day. Like, how the hell are they even comfortable with that? You know, how the hell are they so comfortable with so many random people they don't even know watching their kids every day? You know, it baffles me sometimes. It really does. Like, I don't get how any parent would be comfortable with that. But I guess some parents are, because they just don't, you know, I guess some parents just don't give a shit, you know. And Hester and Sarah are the perfect definition of two parents who don't give a shit. You know, they can have made that much more obvious. You know, I think if they actually cared about their kids in any way, they would be putting their kids out there online full stop. You know, it's as simple as that. They want, you know, like, cared about their kids, they won't be putting them out there online full stop. You know, that has to be said. You know, it just, I don't know what else to say. Like, I wish I could say that I am being harsh, but I know I'm not. You know, this just had to be said. Like, someone had to say this, because I don't feel like it's something that is said often enough. You know, and I think these parents, as I said, I do think these parents really need to start, you know, thinking about things like this and how bad, you know, things like this actually are, because whether they care to actually admit it or not, things like this are pretty bad, and they need to start, you know, they shouldn't be so, it's like they shouldn't be so okay with it. Like, this is the problem, is they're so okay with so many random people they don't even know watching their kids every day. Like, how are they so okay with that? How are they so comfortable with that? You know, it's just one of those things that will never ever make any sense. You know, no matter how many times I think about it, it's just one of those things that will never ever make any sense. You know, it's as simple as that. I don't know what else to say. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for another one tomorrow. I don't think there's another video coming out today. I'm not expecting there to be another video coming out today, but well, I'm not thinking about doing another video today. There might be one after dinner, depending on what I want to do. Probably. But I'll see what else I'll think about it. I'll see you for another one, and I'll see you on another video soon. Bye bye for now.